This is actually going to be a structure that I can live in, and
It's coming together.
absolutely, absolutely.
Hi, I'm Shelby Payne, a former Western student, and I am building a tiny home. I did the study abroad trip to Kenya and Rwanda. So for 2 months, I essentially was living in a space this big, roughly, with 10 other women. And we were living in bunk beds, and we were living in this village and coexisting with all of these people, animals, and it was a phenomenal experience that, one, allowed me to be disconnected from society back home. We didn't really have communication back in America, or back to America when we were there. And so it allowed for a lot of time to think about what I needed and what was important to me. And when it really came down to it, was a roof over my head, but something that wasn't extensive, something that had everything I needed: a bed, running water, and electricity, or some type of something to warm me and keep me warm, and then also people, and I wanted people in my life. And getting a degree in sociology, as well as common geography, I wanted to be able to be an advocate for people. That sometimes that doesn't have a high salary that comes along with it, or you have to be really flexible, and I wanted to be able to give my time and give my energy to people freely and willingly, and be connected to my community, and the tiny home allowed that to happen as well. Housing is really expensive, so it was important for me to, one, look what I wanted the future to look like, and then two, figure out how I could do that economically and figure it out in a financially responsible way. So that is what fueled the idea at first, and then I realized that not only was it an economical decision, it was also an environmentally friendly decision to just live a more sustainable lifestyle. You're disconnected from a lot of things, and you're using less resources, you're using less water, you're using less electricity. When I built the tiny home, one of the things I wrote down that was important to me was intentionality. And I wanted to be intentional in the way that the tiny home encouraged me to live a life that is more engaged with my friends and my family, my work, how I spend my time, whether that's outside doing the outdoor activities that I typically do, or the work that I'm engaged in post-grad. I wanted the tiny home to be a space where there's an intentional space in the tiny home. So whether that's a desk for work, or a kitchen to make food, or a loft where I can sleep, I wanted everything to have a purpose and not to just have something just to have it, but to really think it through. And that also translates into how I live my life outside of the house, as in just the things that I do and the way that I spend my time. So the biggest challenge for me so far has been learning how to ask for help, and realizing that we all have to work together, as cheesy as that sounds. And that's also absolutely, without a doubt, been the most rewarding thing.